All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:41 in the morning of September the 2nd, 2021, and this is my strategy session. So first up, we have ASAN. ASAN reported earnings, and earnings were up, revenue is up, and outlook is up. So it's going to, I'm going to put a Fibonacci on it, much like I often do with these things. I imagine that it's probably going to sell off for a little bit at the open with some profit taking. And there's going to be a couple of different ways to trade this. So it's going to come down, hit a Fibonacci level, I don't know, maybe the 61.8 or the 50, I'm not sure. And then it will, get some support and keep going, possibly, So a couple of interesting things here, though, is here we are in the morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:10, and then all of a sudden it popped up from about $80 a share to about $84 a share between 4:10 and within a half an hour. And there's no data. Now, I wasn't around to watch the level 2 this morning at that time, so I don't know if it's because TradingView can be kind of weird about the way that it records data. Sometimes it records data and sometimes it doesn't. Even during the live trading hours, there will be gaps in the trading, and I've seen it a few times, even just this week, where there will be a stock, although it's trading light, for say 5 minutes of a period of the day, TradingView won't post the activity, the price activity on the chart. So I don't know if this is, let me move this out of the way. This gap right here, I don't know if that's a gap to be filled or if that's just TradingView having not recorded the price action. So if this is a gap to be filled, then this level right here is an important level. 81.44 is an important level. But I won't know that. I mean, there's no way to know that. And that corresponds with the 50% level right there. 81.84 is just below 81.89, which as of right now, is right around the 50% level. So hard to say that if this isn't data, what's the word I'm looking for? Mistake. If this isn't TradingView failing to record the price action, then this is a gap to keep an eye on. If TradingView just didn't record the prices here, then it ought to not be significant, this level, other than it coinciding with the 50% retracement level. Okay, so next up, and now also another thing too is, as of right now, there are only 100,000 shares traded on ASAN, which is okay. It's okay. It's still pretty light pre-market action. And if you put that in context with it has 163 million shares outstanding. Let's see if I can find its float. I wonder, let's see. More financials. Balance sheet. Where would its float be? Statistics, maybe? This thing's not letting me, for whatever reason. I've forgotten how to. I should look on. I'll just look on Yahoo. It's so much easier than TradingView's statistics. Yahoo Finance. And then we'll go to ASAN. Statistics. Here we go. And its float its float is 71 million shares. So, all right, this ought to be an interesting one today. We ought to be able to get a trade off of this. And whether the trade is at a support level, a Fibonacci support level, or a move past the open, I don't know, but we'll see. There'll be a trade on, I imagine there will be a trade on ASN today, ASAN. Okay, so now NCNO, the price on TradingView, this is incorrect. It says right now $64 even right here, but I'm looking on the level 2 on my trading platform, and it's at $69.96. So once this thing opens and it starts printing prices, and once TradingView decides that it wants to record those printed prices, I'll put a Fibonacci on it. Take note of its opening level, and then look for a similar situation to ASAN. However, with this one, there, as of pre-market right now, there are only 23,000 shares traded on NCNO. So this thing has 95 million shares outstanding. Let's look at the float real quick on NCNO. The float is 50 million shares. Okay, so and another thing, this thing actually reported earnings. Earnings are up, revenues are up, outlook is up. Plus, it just recently won a contract with Wells Fargo to provide something like loan processing, commercial bank lending. So I like it, but the volume is so low that it's going to be really tough to figure out, what this thing's going to do at the open. I imagine there's going to be some profit taking here at the open. This is a rather young company too. So let's see, 69.81 is where it is right now. Let's put some levels on this thing. 69.81. So there's this, then there's this level, 72, then there's this level, then there's this level. This thing's taken a pretty nasty slide down. Who knows? Maybe it bottomed out down here in May. Maybe it's going to make a bull move now. We'll see. All right. Just extremely light trading though. So when trading is light in the pre-market like this, that means usually the pre-market prices aren't very reliable. Usually, that's what that means. Okay. NTNX. Now, the same thing with NTNX here is, it popped up a bit. It was, the volume was extremely light. It's still pretty light at 53,000 shares traded. It has shares outstanding of 211 million. And let's see, NTNX. Let's check out its float real quick. And it has a float of 198 million. Yeah, so another one that is going to be, I'm going to put a Fibonacci on it at the open. And actually, you know what? Let me get one started now because, did I get one started? No, I haven't gotten one started yet. So let me get one started now so that way I'm at least a little bit in front of the setup before the bell. So that way, at least I just have to make an adjustment. So it has, it's now traded 61,000 shares in the pre-market session. It's still kind of light, especially on a 200 million share company. NTNX reported earnings. Earnings are up, revenues up, and outlook is up. So we'll see what happens with it. It ought to give some setups, and it's going to be interesting. There's quite a lot going on within the opening few minutes here. I wonder, I'll probably only be able to trade one or two of these within the first 5 minutes or so. So we'll see how I do. Okay, CIEN. CIEN earnings are down, revenue is up, outlook is up. If it opened up right now, it would open up 3.34% higher than its previous close. Also, let's check out. So as of like about 20 minutes ago, this thing was actually also very light. Also, it traded at, I think there were like 15,000 shares traded when I opened it up. Its shares outstanding are 154 million. Let's see what its float is real quick. And its float is 6. Its float is 153 million. So this thing's got a large float in comparison to its shares outstanding. This red line, if you can see this red line here at the top, right there, it's interesting. I put that on there this morning about 30 minutes ago. You can see here where I got it. This is a recent all-time high. These are both, and it's a rather young company as well. No, actually, I'm sorry, it's not. It's been around for a while. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me show you here. Let me show you. So it's been around for a while, but this is where shares started trading on the open market. I don't know what all of this previous history is prior to September of 2016, but it didn't actually start trading on the open market until the 6th of September 2016. So it's making new recent all-time highs. Looks like there's a bit of a double top here going. If this stock can break this price action right here, this is the daily also. So the daily on this chart right here, it's so strange. Let me look back again. Yeah, no, it's definitely falling back down rather quickly. So a break above this resistance line up here, a retest, and then a move forward is a setup that is worth looking at. This thing is definitely pulling back pre-market. So, okay. I don't know. This isn't looking like a great candidate at the moment. All right, so then FCUV. Now, this is an interesting one. I missed out on this one yesterday. I think when it started popping up, I think I was starting, this thing started popping up, and I was doing my my wrap-up video when this thing really started running. I was out of the office by probably about 11 o'clock yesterday, so I didn't see this thing make its run up. But it's saying that this thing IPO'd yesterday, which is weird because there's a daily. If you look on the daily here, there's a history of this thing. I don't know, but Focus Universal apparently IPO'd yesterday. I don't get it. Well, it's popping up again today, pre-market. Not a lot, not very high. And so I marked off a few price levels here that would be interesting. This is yesterday's close, this is yesterday's high, and this is a 50% mark from high to low on yesterday's candle at 1509. What this thing does today exactly, I'm not sure. I really couldn't tell you. But those are just those happen to be levels that a lot of traders will pay attention to. A break past yesterday's high means more momentum. Typically, a bounce off of yesterday's close is a spot just to take a trade, and then the 50% mark is anytime something retraces 50%. It's you have a greater than 50% chance of making a profitable trade on a bounce at the 50% mark. And then, so I've also got, so that's FCUV, and I've also got PSTV here. It's just on watch. I don't have really any expectations for PSTV. It's just on watch. They came out with some news. Plus Therapeutics announces commercial manufacturing supply agreement for its lead investigational drug. Well, That's great and everything, but they must be expecting to get FDA approval if they're announcing commercial manufacturing supply agreement. I don't know. It's on a brain cancer. Let's see. Present data from RESPECT GBM trial at the American Association of Neurological Surgeons 2021 annual scientific meeting. I think they're trying to cure brain cancer. Wall Street loves cancer treatments, cancer cures, treatments, so on and so on. So it's on watch today. If this thing really starts popping off, then I will attempt to make a trade on it. We'll see what happens with it. Let me put a level on this thing so that, let's see if I can get a warning. I'm not going to use that. 232 isn't an entry, but it'll give me a warning for possible entry, so I can pay attention to it. I'll know to pay attention to it if I'm not paying attention to the scanner at the time. Okay, broader market here. There was a lot of data, a lot of stuff that came out this morning at 8:30 with respect to import-export, jobs data and wages data and some other stuff. And Wall Street must have liked it. You can see, let's go to right here. This will work, the 10-minute. So here's the 8:30 mark. And you can see here there is some buying that happened pre-market on the SPY. VIX. So I have an alarm here on this support line on the VIX. So if it breaks that, then I'll look to get long some options. Bitcoin is making a run. This recent high is at 50,562. A break of that, and then a break of that, retest, and then continuation higher is kind of, that's what I expect. I don't trade Bitcoin. I only buy and sell the sort of the derivatives, or I wouldn't even call them derivatives. The miners essentially. So we'll see what happens with it today. All right. Okay, everybody. That is my morning strategy session. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.